Hi guys, and welcome to my first tutorial. Today I'm going to do sort of an everyday springtime quick and easy glam. As you can see, there's no eyeliner, but this is, you know, very glowy, very pink, very springtime, and it's something that you can do every day, especially if you go to school, if you're going to work and you're running late. No worries, I got you, girl. So if you like this look, go ahead and keep watching and we'll get started with the tutorial. Alright, so let's get started. So the first step would have actually been to do our brows. I did mine off camera since it takes a little bit of time. All I did was use the Brow Wiz in medium brown from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I used the e.l.f. brow gel. Then I used concealer to define the brow, and on top I used the Tartelette palette, and I used the color Super Mom, just all over the lid. So we have the brows done. Next step, I'm gonna prime my skin. So I'm gonna use the Professional from Benefit, and I'm just gonna put that pretty much just in the T-zone, and then whatever I have left over, I'll, you know, push it back. Typically whenever I do my makeup, I do like to do the eyes first, then I'll follow by foundation, concealer, and the rest. So we're gonna get into the Tartelette palette, and I'm going to be using the lightest color. So I'm gonna use Force of Nature, followed by Natural Beauty, and in the crease, I'm going to use Best Friend. But using your favorite fluffy brush, I'm gonna get into Force of Nature, and I'm gonna use that as my transition shade. Next, moving on, we're gonna use a fluffy brush still, but this is more of a flat, fluffy brush. This is from Morphe. We're gonna get into Natural Beauty with this one. Alright, and the last color we're going to use from this palette is Best Friend. We're going to take a rounder, smaller brush, and we're going to get really into the crease with this one. So we're going to get into Best Friend from the palette. Now, getting back into our fluffy brush, we're gonna get back into just a mixture of Force of Nature and Natural Beauty. I'm just gonna run that across just to blend everything out. So for our lid shade, I'm gonna take a ColourPop Cosmetics eyeshadow, and it's a Super Shock eyeshadow. It's those really bright metallic-y eyeshadows that they have. I'm gonna take the color La La. I'm pretty much just going to use my finger just to put this on the lid. I'm going to take my middle finger, so I'm sorry. I'm not flipping you guys off. So I'm just going to take some just on my finger, just going to pack that a little bit on the lid. Alright, so now that we have the eyes done, I'm actually going to zoom you guys out, and we're going to start, we're not going to zoom in, we're going to zoom out, and I'm going to start on foundation. So my absolute favorite foundation, especially drugstore, it's the 24-Hour Infallible Pro Matte L'Oreal foundation that they have. I am in the color 106. I'm going to use a damp beauty sponge. This is from Real Techniques. Beauty blenders are like $20 and this is like $6. So I got this one. So I'm gonna use this damp beauty sponge. I'm gonna apply this. I'm first gonna put the foundation on the back of my hand. Once you have a reasonable amount of foundation, you're gonna take your sponge and just sort of, you know, dot it along your face. So now I'm just gonna blend it out. So we're just gonna blend, blend, blend. What? So now that we are done with foundation, we are going to go in with concealer. Mine is pretty much all out, but I love this one. It's the Instant Age Rewind Maybelline, and I'm in the shade medium. So we are gonna take this, we're gonna put it underneath the eyes. We're gonna take this to the forehead, bring it down the nose. And also on the chin. I do have a spot right there, so kind of works. So we are gonna blend that out. What? So now that we have everything blended out, we do need to set it. What I like to use is a mixture of the NYX banana powder. This is the HD finishing powder. And then on top of that, I'll go in with the Laura Mercier, and that'll just set it. So I like to use an e.l.f. blush brush for this. I think that it's just the perfect little brush to go under the eyes. So I'm gonna go in with the banana powder first, get some of that, and just put that, pretty much want to keep it where your under eye circles is. You don't really need to do the whole triangle thing. You can though. We're also going to take some of that, put it on the forehead where we put the concealer, and bring it down the nose just a tad. Now I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier. If you do like to bake, this would be the perfect time to bake. Since this is supposed to be a easier type of look, we're just gonna go in, take a bit on the end, tap off any excess, and just tap that in, and this is really gonna set that concealer, and it's also gonna brighten the under eye. Alright, so before we move on to contour and blush and highlight and everything of the sort, I do want to finish off the eyes. I like to smoke out the lower lash line, so I am going to use this rounded tip, sort of smaller brush that I used for the crease. I'm going to go in with the shade Natural Beauty. So we're just going to start at the edge, work our way in, and just sort of blend that out as we go. Alright, so next, getting back into this fluffy brush, we're going to go back into Force of Nature, and we're just going to blend that out, making sure we don't have any harsh lines, and just smoking that out just a little bit more. Okay, so the next step for your eyes is to take your trusty eyelash curler. I'm sorry, mine has mascara on it. And we're just gonna go deep into that. Alright, so I'm gonna use two of my favorite mascaras today. I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Telescopic, and I'm gonna use the Maybelline Lash Sensation. They are both really great and both really different, so I like to use both, especially if I'm not gonna use eyeliner. Really want those lashes to pop. So I like to take a mirror and sort of have it really low so that I'm looking up when I do this, and I like to blink onto the lashes. Now we are going to do some of the telescopic, and I am going to use this for the lower lash line as well. Camera actually died for a while there. Now that we're done with eyes, we're going to move on to contour. I'm going to use the new e.l.f. palette. I'm going to take the darker colors, and I'm going to use this brush. It's from the Smashbox. So this came with the Smashbox contour kit, which I have run out of. But the brush itself is really nice to contour. Pretty much what I like to do is take the darker shades just on the tip here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the hollows of my cheeks, so I'm just going to sort of, you know, I'm just going to find the hollows of my cheeks. Alright, now that I have that into the hollows of my cheeks, I'm going to take the shimmery bronze color. I'm going to take that, and then I'm just going to put that in the triangle form and bronze up the skin. We got our bronzer on. We're also going to bronze up the forehead, taking that to the temples here. And I'm also going to take just a tad and lightly contour my nose with it. Now we're going to take those shades and we're also going to put them on the chin and on the jawline. Next, we're going to move on to blush. I'm going to use this really pretty Milani powder brush, but look, it's a little flower. It's gorgeous. Using this Morphe sort of rounded brush, I'm going to get in there. I don't want that much blush on, so I'm going to start putting that right on top of where the bronzer is and on the apples of your cheek. What? Alright, and we have our blush done. Next, we're going to move on to highlight. We're just going to highlight the highest points of our face. I'm going to use the BOhkeh Cosmetics in Opal. I did crack this, so right now it's a mess. And we're just going to put that on the highest points of our cheeks. Since it's a spring look, I guess we're going to go crazy with it. Just going to sweep that on the tip of the nose. We're also going to put some just above the eyebrow. Run a little bit just on top of the lips here on your Cupid's bow. And our highlight is done. Next, I'm gonna move on to lips. My mom actually gave me this. I love it. It's the Milani lipstick, and this is in Nude Cream. It's a really pink color. It's perfect for spring. It also smells like watermelon. It's amazing. Alright, so the final step, we are going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss just to give this extra shine, and this is in Undressed. Just gonna put that right on top of the lipstick we just used. It's a very glowy, springy, pinky look. Alright, and that's the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.